Welcome to IMRAN STAR Video, or as we call it, ISVi, the collaborative lens on Vancouver, unfiltered, unscripted, and powered by community. We're not just a voice behind the mic. We're a collective of creators, thinkers, storytellers, and city lovers coming together to spotlight the people, places, and energy that make Vancouver what it is. From coast mountain skylines to neon-lit backstreets, we're covering everything from downtown buzz to the untold stories shaping our scene. You'll find us exclusively on YouTube. No algorithms, no filters, just real talk. For behind the scenes, updates, and chaotic brilliance in real time, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. So hit subscribe, drop a comment, and help us grow from 100 to 10,000 and beyond. Because this isn't just our platform, it's yours too. Turn it up, get into it. Let's talk Vancouver. This is ISVi. Not long ago, spray paint in Vancouver meant turf wars or teenage angst. Today, that same wall is a full-blown mural, likely sponsored by the city and Instagrammed thousands of times. Vancouver's street art scene didn't just glow up, it gentrified, diversified, and picked up a mural festival along the way. What started as underground graffiti has morphed into a massive, semi-legal explosion of creativity. But this isn't just art for art's sake. It's telling stories about Indigenous resistance, immigrant pride, and neighborhoods being erased. It's where artists meet activism. This is Vancouver's street art scene, bold, messy, powerful, and painted with meaning. Let's dive into the chaos, color, and culture one wall at a time. Before the curated murals and guided tours, Vancouver's street art scene lived in the shadows. This wasn't local identity, it was vandalism. Art in survival mode, blessed by angst and rebellion, not city councils. The earliest graffiti artists weren't selling prints, they were getting chased off by security guards. This was culture, deeply rooted in hip-hop, punk, and skate. It gave voice to kids who weren't being heard, on canvases of moving trains and hidden alleys. Their style? Illegal, fleeting, and full of edge. The city didn't vibe with it. Graffiti was criminalized, and task forces were paid to scrub away culture before lunch. But the scene thrived under pressure. Taggers became muralists, keeping Vancouver alive with color in a city that kept trying to paint itself beige. So while the scene looks different now, never forget it was born from rebellion, risk, and a desperate need to be seen. The classic plot twist. The graffiti scene that once had to duck and run now gets official press releases. Vancouver had a light bulb moment. Maybe not all graffiti was crime. Enter the era of murals. What once got you chased off a lot, now got you commissioned. Of course, this shift wasn't without its eye rolls. Some worried the art's raw edge would get smoothed over into community-friendly branding. But the once illegal art form became a core part of Vancouver's visual identity, towering, brilliant, and finally legit. Enter the Vancouver Mural Festival. VMF didn't just put murals on the map, it rebranded graffiti into a family-friendly spectacle. Founded in 2016, it turned entire blocks into open-air galleries, bringing together local and international artists. But it's not all mural magic. Critics have called out its role in gentrification and questioned artist pay. Still, VMF undeniably made Vancouver a more vibrant, expressive city, turning the whole place into a walkable work of art. In Vancouver, the walls talk and sometimes they scream. Street art here isn't just pretty, it's political and personal. Behind the photogenic vibes, these murals are megaphones for communities often silenced. Whether it's Indigenous resistance or queer visibility, these walls turn public space into protest space. They demand justice and that you pay attention. Because in this city, the walls don't just have eyes, they have voices. Loud ones. Let's be real, Not every mural in Vancouver is just a pretty picture. Some are full-on essays. These murals aren't just for the vibe, they're for the message. Because street art has always been political. The walls of East Van, Chinatown, and the downtown East Side carry the weight of protest, grief, and joy. You'll find stories the mainstream skips. Murals honoring Indigenous resistance, demanding justice, and shouting queer pride. They exist not to be liked, but to be witnessed. This is art that doesn't ask for your approval. It demands your attention. They're made by local artists who live the stories they're painting. It's lived experience, right there on the stucco. In Vancouver, walls have become sacred, public space. It's where the marginalized aren't erased, they're amplified. Vancouver's street art has entered the cyberpunk era. Welcome to the age of augmented reality and projection mapping, where art and tech are hooking up. Point your phone at a wall, and it moves, talks, or narrates a poem about climate grief. It's like Pokemon Go, but for feelings. Technology isn't replacing street art, it's remixing it. Artists aren't just painting walls anymore, they're programming them, turning the city into a living interface. As Vancouver's street art scene glows up, it faces the corporate hug of death. Is this still the streets or an outdoor Pinterest board for developers? Murals get funding, but graffiti gets scrubbed. Artists face pay gaps, copyright issues, and gentrification with the spray tan. But the real ones are still fighting, reminding us street art was born in resistance. It's messy, complicated, and powerful a fight to be heard. And there you have it. A city that used to panic over spray paint has now turned its walls into one giant public mood board. What began in the back alleys as whispered rebellion is now a citywide shout of identity, protest, and pride. Because real street art isn't just about beautifying blank space. It's resistance with a color palette. It's storytelling without permission. It's Vancouver speaking in spray cans and bold lines. The city's walls are living things, a conversation that never gets buffed out. In a world of sterile storefronts, street art reminds us that the city still has a pulse, and it beats in full, unapologetic color. And just like that, the city's pulse slows, but the story doesn't stop. You've been watching ISVi, IMRAN STAR video, where voices come together and the city speaks back. We're a crew, not a single face, a movement, not a moment, and every episode that's built with you, for you, by all of us. From the seawall to the skyline, from underground voices to rooftop vibes, we're telling the stories that don't make the news, but make the neighborhood. If this episode hit, pass it on, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Drop a comment and tell us what your Vancouver sounds like. We're building this together, clip by clip, story by story, from 100 to 10K to wherever this takes us. Fine, shock sower, there, we can get there. We all show up. So until the next drop, stay loud, stay collective, and stay in it. This is ISVi, signing off.